Hello there, guys. Welcome back to the channel. How you all doing this evening? Actually, I shouldn't even be asking how you guys are doing because as a Chelsea fan, I know that you're doing good. I mean, I'm calm. You know why? Because we didn't just win. We played like a mature team and we got the win in a very good manner. Like today, we're going to be unpacking a much needed performance from my Chelsea FC as the Blues snapped their 4 game winless run with a 2-0 victory over Everton at Stamford Bridge. Goals from Cole Palmer and Malogusto plus a clean sheet, and most importantly, a performance that felt like a Maresca team, not the confused Maresca's team. Let's dive in. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down what Chelsea did right tactically, the formation and how it worked, and then key players who stood out and why this win matters. Then we'll talk about Maresca's adjustment and post-match take and where this result leaves us going forward. So without wasting much of our time, let's just jump right into it, okay? So Chelsea lined up with a flexible 4-2-3-1 at Stamford Bridge, with Sanchez in goal, Malo Gusto at right back, Fofana and Chaluba as centre back pairing with Cucurella as a left back, and then midfield pivot of Reece James and Enzo Fernandez. A front three of Garnacho, Cole Palmer, and Pedro Neto with Joao Pedro as the striker. And this structure allowed Chelsea to control the central zones early and provide width from Neto and Garnacho, and then also help Chelsea transition effectively by using Palmer's movement and then offer balance between the defense and the attack. And unlike recent performances, every player seemed to know their role and space to attack. Okay, which is exactly what we've been crying out for. Okay, after the frustrating stretch of winless games, Maresca clearly boiled things down by simplifying principles, not overcomplicating or overthinkering, and let the player play their role to the best of their strength and ability, build from shapes and not constant tinkering. And Chelsea were compact defensively, disciplined in the midfield transitions, and clinical in the final third when chances came. So no weird positional swaps, no chaotic presses, no experimental link ups, and just a clear identity, mixed structure with forward intent. And this was Maresca with a plan that the team understood, and it actually really paid. Okay, it worked to the T. Okay, and then let's just quickly talk about Cole Palmer. Okay, and this was his first Stamford Bridge start in nearly 4 months after a groin injury, and he's still not fully back to his best. But then we can see how important and how vital Cole Palmer is to this Chelsea team. The way he broke the deadlock in the 21st minute, sweeping home a perfectly timed finish from a gusto through ball, and then linked play intelligently before even got subbed off. We cannot just overstate how massive, how integral Cole Palmer is to this Chelsea team. Okay, Chelsea's attacking play lacked cutting edge before Cole Palmer's return, and now with him back and confident, suddenly passes are beginning to be purposeful. Movements are starting to make sense, and the teammates move with confidence. This is what makes Palmer an elite threat and not just talent but an influence. I think this is alluding to actually supporting one of I think a remark or a comment from one of these football pundits where he said, I think it was Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry said that Chelsea it is obvious that Cole Palmer is the most important player in Chelsea, and he actually brings out the best in Chelsea, and is actually spot on because Cole Palmer he didn't have to play the whole 90 minutes. Just the cameo he had to do was enough to break down a tough Everton side. Okay, and then We'll talk about the clean sheet, because keeping a clean sheet is just as good and important as scoring goals. And the back four of Gusto, Fofana, Chaluba, and Cucurella, they all stood from through the Everton surges. Sanchez was very calm and composed, commanding his area and stopping what little clear-cut chances or danger Everton produced. Okay, Fofana especially looked comfortable. He was very strong in those and tidy in positioning, and Chaluba made key blocks when called on late. This wasn't. It's not. I'm not saying it's a perfect defensive masterclass, but it was solid and well disciplined, which matters after a tough run of games. And then Cole Palmer was. Let's just quickly talk about players that actually stood out in this game, and then we'll start with Cole Palmer. Okay, Cole Palmer was our match winner. He's the match winner. Okay, very clinical and calm with the ball, and then a real attack. He just brought on this attacking spark that was missing in the Chelsea attack for a long time. And then Malugusto was very, very good today. He was talking, the way he bumped forward, the way he inverted into the midfield, sometimes creating space for creating space for players and all that, and was actually attacking space. And then talk about Sanchez. Malogusa, I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10 of that, my own player rating. And then Sanchez was very confident between the sticks. No, it wasn't panicking. Sanchez has just improved. I don't have anything else to say as regards. And this is what we've been crying out for. I mean, the barest minimum, and he's doing it to the best of his ability. Okay, he wasn't panicking and kept Everton out. Kept Everton out despite the pressure spells. And then we'll talk about Wesley Fofana. His big presence in defense helped keep Everton attack in check. And then we'll talk about Pedro Neto, who was very direct. His cross led to the second goal. And then honorable mention also go to Reece James for his work rate, and then Chaluba for his defensive contribution. And then what does this mean for Chelsea? This result was just absolutely vital for a few reasons. It actually ends 4-game winless runs that was dragging on confidence, and then puts Chelsea into the top four in the Premier League. And then it also gives palpable belief in the squad and system, and then shows that when roles are clear, Chelsea can be hard to break down and clinical in attack. Everton were in good form, 4 wins in 5 before this, and yet Chelsea dispatched them comfortably on the day. That tells you that this performance wasn't just luck, it was controlled, coordinated, and intentional. And then after the match, Enzo Maresca talked about improving consistency, creating an atmosphere at Stamford Bridge, and grooming young players like Joshua Chempong. But underlying it was a clear message that this group can win when structure matches intention. He also praised Cole Palmer's impact, highlighted the importance of mental clarity, and emphasized that the team must build from this result. And I just hope that it's not just saying it for the sake of saying sick, and then we'll go to the next game and then you overthink us, because Maresca is starting to show that he is this kind of person, or this kind of coach who likes to overcook. And this is the mindset that I want to hear from the manager. Just making it simple and clear enough for the players to be able to dispatch or carry out their duty to the best of their ability. Let me know what you guys think about everything that I've said. What was your man of the match? And what stood out for you? If you think that any other player needs honorable mentions, or if there are players that I've not mentioned, please let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, and most importantly, share this video, because that's the only way you can help grow and improve this community. I'll be here to give you guys. Then yeah, Liverpool won their game against Brighton, 2 goals for Liverpool, and you would think that Brighton would actually. I wasn't expecting. I mean, when you look at Liverpool squad on paper against Brighton, you would expect that Liverpool would deal with Brighton. But the way Liverpool have been playing, they've been going up and down like a yo-yo, and Brighton have actually been doing decently, you think that they will give Liverpool a tough time, but then Liverpool won in a very good way, and then yeah, so long. Let's hope that this. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Anyway, if there's any other thing that comes up before now, I ought to be sharing with you news in other faces of Chelsea. Coming from Chelsea, I mean reports on Smith and all that. But I'll be here to discuss or share that with you guys in the next video. So don't forget to check out the space for my next video and all that. But then, if there's any other thing that comes up, I'll be here to share that with you guys in the next video. Yeah, so until then, it's Chelsea first, rivals next. Peace.